Hello my dear student, hope you are fine and taking care of yourself. This is my next video on chapter gravitation. Before starting the topic, please do like and subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon button for further notification. So let's start for today. As you know that in the earlier class I have explained to you that how the Newton have observed the inverse square rule. Now using that inverse square rule he has proposed a law. So that law, name given by him, is universal law of gravitation. So what he has said in that law, what is the statement of that law? Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force which is proportional to the, proportional means directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. This was the statement given by this Newton, and using this he has proved the formula. So let us to derive it, let us consider two bodies, A body and B body, and the mass of A body is m, capital M, and mass of B body is small m, and distance from their centers is d. Now according to the definition, and they are attracting toward each other, so according to the Newton's law of gravitation, F is, what is the F? F is the force between the two bodies. F is directly proportional to the product of their masses, m into m. Okay, and the second one is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So let us write it. F is inversely proportional. Inversely means 1 upon d square. Now let us combine these two equations. We will get F is like this. You will get when you will combine these two equations, directly proportional to the product of masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Now we have to remove this constant. So what he has applied? He has applied a constant capital G. So and m into m upon d square. So to remove this proportion he has given a constant G. And what is the name given to this constant? He has given this name to this constant is universal gravitation constant. Got it? So we got a formula for the force exerted by the earth also, or all the bodies also, like you are sitting on the decks with your friend, then also this force is responsible, force of attraction is there. And even this is the same formula for the heavenly bodies also, like the sun and the earth and the moon, and all the bodies attract each other with this force only, and we can calculate that value by applying this capital G value, product of their masses of the two bodies and square of the distance between them. Now let's find out what is the SI unit of this capital G. As it is a constant, so its value remains same everywhere. Let's proceed. We have done that F is equal to G m upon d square. M is the mass of the body A, small m is the mass of body B. Now we will find out the, as it is a force, so its SI unit is again Newton. Now we will find out the value of SI unit of this gravitational constant. So cross multiply F into d square upon capital M into small m is equal to G. Or when we will solve it, you will get G is equal to F d square upon capital M into small m. Now what is the SI unit of G? SI unit of G. What is the unit of force? Newton. D is the distance between the quantities. So this distance we measure in meter. So meter square. And mass of first body is in kilogram, or second body mass is also in kilogram. So what we will get SI unit? Newton meter square per kilogram square, or how we can write it? Newton meter square per kilogram square. This is SI unit. And who was the scientist? Henry Cavendish. Henry Cavendish was the scientist who calculated this capital G value using a sensitive balance, and he has proved that this value is very small, and its value, what he has calculated, 6.673 into 10 is power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. As this value is very small, so this is a force value, capital G value he has put it here, calculated here. Now you can calculate the same thing force of attraction between your partner when you are sitting on the decks. So apply the masses of each other, your friend mass, your mass, distance between you, and then put the G value, and yourself you can calculate why you are not able to get attracted toward each other, because that value will come very small. And moreover, this force of attraction acts from a distance, so it is also a non-contact force. So this is all about Henry Cavendish. Was the scientist who invented it, and it is a constant, it remains same everywhere. And this universal law is applicable to all celestial body. It is independent of the time and the place, so that's why it is known as universal law of gravitation. The question arises, that's why I'm telling you that why it is known as, why the law of gravitation is known as universal law. It is known as universal law because it is applicable to all bodies, whether they are small or big. It is not depend on the masses. It depends on the product of masses only, and it does not depend on the place and the time. So this is for all today. Take care. Bye bye.